The phone scammer called the wrong number. So there's this woman who works at my mom's office named Diane, who everyone thinks is super sweet and helpful. She's always bringing in baked goods and offering to help people with their computer problems. But I found out she runs this whole scamming operation on the side. It started when my grandma got this weird call about her electric bill being overdue. The caller said they were from the power company and that her electricity would be shut off in 2 hours unless she paid immediately with gift cards. My grandma doesn't even pay her own bills anymore because my mom handles everything, so she called my mom right away. My mom knew it was a scam, obviously, but what was weird was that the caller knew specific details about my grandma. They knew her middle name, her address, what bank she used, and even mentioned that she had recently been to the hospital for her hip surgery. This wasn't some random scammer from overseas. This was someone with inside information. My mom told grandma to hang up and not worry about it, but then the calls kept coming. Different numbers, but always the same voice with a slight accent that sounded fake. The caller started getting more aggressive. They called my grandma 8 times in one day. Then they started calling my mom's cell phone too, saying they were from the IRS and she owed back taxes. When that didn't work, they called pretending to be from Medicare saying her coverage was canceled. Each time they had just enough personal information to sound legitimate. They knew what medications my grandma took and when her next doctor's appointment was scheduled. My mom was getting really worried because this person clearly had access to information they shouldn't have. That's when things clicked for my mom. The only person who had access to all this information was someone at her office, because my mom had all of grandma's paperwork in her desk for when she needed to handle bills and appointments. And guess who was always offering to help people with their computer problems and had been alone in my mom's office multiple times? Diane. My mom started paying attention and noticed Diane was always asking personal questions about everyone's families, especially older relatives. She would ask about their health problems and living situations like she was just being caring and concerned. My mom did some digging and found out that 3 other coworkers had mentioned their elderly parents getting similar scam calls recently. One of them, Janet, said her dad had actually fallen for it and sent $500 in Target gift cards before calling her. Another coworker, Paul, said his mom had been getting calls for weeks from someone claiming her social security number had been suspended. The person calling Paul's mom knew her maiden name and the last 4 digits of her social security number. My mom realized Diane had been collecting information on everyone's elderly relatives and either running the scam herself or selling the information to someone else. Instead of confronting Diane directly, my mom went to their boss first with her suspicions. Their boss didn't want to believe it because Diane had worked there for 6 years without any problems. So my mom came up with a plan. She created a fake document about a made-up aunt who had just moved to town and left it on her desk where Diane would see it. The document had a fake name, a real address my mom got from a vacant house for sale, and a Google Voice phone number my mom had set up. She even included fake medical information and banking details that sounded real, but weren't connected to any actual accounts. Sure enough, 2 days later, the Google Voice number started getting calls. Someone with a poorly disguised voice was calling about an overdue water bill that needed to be paid immediately with gift cards. My mom recorded everything and took it straight to their boss, but their boss still wanted more proof. So my mom suggested they check the office security cameras to see if Diane had been going through people's desks. When they reviewed the footage, they found something even worse. Diane had been taking photos of documents with her phone whenever she was alone in someone's office. They had footage of her going through filing cabinets and photographing Medicare cards, social security cards, and bank statements. The company called the police immediately. When they searched Diane's house, they found notebooks full of information on dozens of elderly people, burner phones, and stacks of gift cards. She had been running this scam for over 2 years and had stolen over $30,000 from senior citizens. The FBI got involved because she had victims in multiple states. Diane tried to claim she was just collecting the information but wasn't making the calls herself, but they traced the burner phones back to her and found voice recordings on her computer where she was practicing different accents. Diane got arrested for wire fraud, identity theft, and elder abuse. She's facing up to 20 years in federal prison. Her husband divorced her and she lost her house trying to pay for lawyers, all because she thought targeting old people through their families would be easy money.